Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Funny, episode number what is it? 613, 613. We're doing it, it's another day. Just here, well, I got my notebook there in the background. I don't know, I just don't like it there. I'm just here chilling. Another the fuck fell. Oh, the TV remote. I'm just here chilling. I'm drunk. No, I'm not. I could really go for some iced coffee though, but I didn't get to buy any today. I'm just here chilling. Um yeah, sold some games on eBay. Found some fucking Britney Spears cassettes that I thought I ran out of. I have like 3 more. So that's pretty cool. Look, I got it here. But you can't really see it. It's a Britney Jean uh exclusive cassette from Urban Outfitters. No, but I got some cassettes here I'm trying to sell. I'm broke. No, I was playing at jobs and just chilling. Um yeah, that's pretty much it. I watched Interstellar, cried a little bit. That felt good. And yeah, otherwise I'm just been here hanging out. It's another day, right? There goes another day. Don't suppose I'll come out to play with you. I'll just stay at home, write another song about how I wanted to. Oh. Um Real quick before I get into some news, because there's a few things that are like somber. I'll say that, right? But I don't know if I've explained this to the community before. I don't know if I have, but I'm really into the game Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. And I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it. It was a NES game that I grew up with. I loved Looney Tunes growing up as a kid. I watched reruns of that shit all the time. When Nickelodeon was cool, right? Watched reruns of that. And I remember having Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle, and I could show it here. Hold on, because I have a YouTube clip. Or you could hear, well, that's not what I want to do. You could at least listen to this is Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle, right? So just listen to the music real quick. And if you're just like listening to me do there's gameplay of it on the screen, right? And it's just an old like game where you go around collecting carrots and you're avoiding Sylvester and Daffy Duck and Yosemite Sam, different colored skins of it. But what I didn't know, here's the music some more. I love this music. It's fucking great. So what I didn't know was that, and this just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I feel like it's the Mandela effect. I really don't believe it, but Japan put out the game before this. Originally, Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle was a Roger Rabbit game, and it was made in Japan, and it was Who Framed Roger Rabbit or Roger Rabbit's Crazy Castle. I don't know what they called it over there, right? It was called Roger Rabbit, but in Japan, it was made by Disney. The same thing, but here in America, um, Capcom had the rights to Disney characters, so they had to reskin it with Looney Tunes. And if you just hear, like, it's the exact same thing, but apparently this was the first thing that was put out, and it's I don't know, like it's I don't know. And it's on the Capcom like disc system, so it takes a while to boot up, but it's the exact same thing, but with like the weasels and penguins, I don't know, and hearts instead. What I'm gonna and you know, if you're watching, it's just the same exact game. If you've ever played Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle here in America, real quick, I'm gonna play the level that I love, the futuristic one. Hold on, let me get to it. I'm gonna hear how it bumps on your headphones. Let's hear. Let's jam out to this fucking music together. Check it out. That music goes so fucking hard. Anyway, I just wanted to, I don't know, that blew my mind. I had like a Rowdy Mandela effect. Like, there's no way this hasn't been because like the more famous idea is that what is it in fucking um when they released Super Mario Brothers 2, right? Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan is just Super Mario Brothers 1 but a lot harder. Whereas Super Mario Brothers 2 here in America is a reskin of Doki Doki Panic, uh which if you don't know that, that's like the more famous example, right? As far as like what I already knew. But when I saw this, it blew my mind. I was like, what? There's no way the game I loved is just Roger Rabbit reskinned. And not that I would mind that. I just feel like I would have been told that I wouldn't have like just found that out today. You know what I mean? Uh very strange. I just wanted to share that with everyone because I feel like that should be known out there in the universe more that Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle was just Roger Rabbit reskinned. I don't know why I didn't know that, but yeah, really crazy. To me anyways. I do have some news here. Like I said, there was somber here. So who is Rilo Huncho? Teen rapper accidentally kills himself on social media. So yeah, I watched the video of this dude shooting him, whatever, shooting himself. I guess I could just say it right because it says it in the article he kills himself. He okay, so it's like a what is it, an Instagram or a TikTok, and he literally like puts a gun to his head, presses it, and that's it. Like it was a short little 7 second, almost like a vine. And it's like, okay, one, why would you ever aim a gun at your head, right? That's one thing, right? I don't know. That's pretty much like gun safety rule number one. Don't just aim it anywhere you're not intended to shoot or kill. Two, why the fuck would you load it? Like, why is it loaded? Why is the safety off? Like, why, if you're gonna play pretend with the gun, especially when you're just there at the house, right? And you're filming something, why are you gonna load it? I don't understand. Like, why why this needed to happen? It's so fucking goofy. Like, it's almost like a cartoon type bullshit. Like a person accidentally shooting themselves while on a live, so everyone like sees it. And again, I saw the video. You don't see much because the camera. He dies, so he drops his camera. But yeah, I don't understand like why you would do this. Like unless you're mentally ill or unless you're retarded. I don't understand like why you would. I don't know. I don't understand at all. This is like it's really making look 17-year-old rappers look bad. It really is. To die tragically like this. Oh, this is Shakespearean. This the way he's passed. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But that's pretty bad. But moving on to just as controversial stuff. Seinfeld's Michael Richards says racist Laugh Factory rant made him face his insecurities. The damage was inside of me. And is he putting out a memoir? Oh yeah, huh? Wow, everyone's putting out memoirs. So he's putting out a memoirs called Entrances and Exits. And I did not know. I remember when this happened and when it was like a big deal, but I didn't know it was 17 years ago. That's pretty rowdy. Um or for the past 18, 17 years. It was in 2006, so it was right after I graduated. And yeah, I remember it says here he used the N-word, okay, the word we'll never say, uh on a bunch of, black dudes that were heckling him. And this basically, I remember he was like the first. This was the first time anyone ever got super canceled, right? Like I don't know, it's pretty crazy. That he never recovered from it, but not that his comedy by himself wasn't anything spectacular. I'm sure, right? I don't know what his stand up was like his stick, but there have been other comics or even politicians or anyone else that have recovered from things just as bad. I mean, look at Kanye, right? He's still putting out music even though he went on that rowdy anti-Israel rant and then saying being on Donald Trump's side. He's been canceled a lot and brought back a lot, and then the Taylor Swift shit, of course, before that. So yeah, he's like Lazarus, dude. Fucking comes back from the dead all the time. But Michael Richards, I don't know. I never really knew his comedy. I'll see what he says on his fucking his forward by Jerry Seinfeld. Oh yeah, I'm sure all he does is like, man, Jerry, you gotta help me, Jerry. I need help, you know. Um, but we'll see what this has to do. His I didn't know he's putting out a memoir. It comes out June 4th. April, where are we in May? June. Oh, okay, so pretty close next month. So we'll see what comes out on that. At least he's still alive. Hopefully, he doesn't die right after the memoir comes out because I feel like that's been the deal that anyone who puts out a memoir dies, and then that memoir is like the fucking like Rorschach leaving the shit for the news to read about fucking Dr. Manhattan and all them, you know. But we'll see how that goes with Michael Richards coming back from the dead. Lastly, here, speaking of the dead, of course, is terrible. In this, cold something to me, Uvalde families reach settlement and can begin rebuilding trust. So apparently, the families, which 19 families who, of course, lost loved ones in the shooting in Uvalde, Texas, the horrible shooting at Rob, that was actually a tragedy, not like these other shits, right? But this, where the cops took forever, didn't do shit right, they waited 77 minutes before breaching a classroom, and it was the border patrol or some dude that had to kill the gunman. But terrible, terrible bullshit. But they finally reached a settlement for the town's insurance to pay out $2 million in total to the families, with some of the money going to like constant therapy, and then also like a memoriam type thing for everyone to be remembered by, right? Like some sort of fund or shit like that, which is good. It's great. It's a great idea. The fact that 2 million is nothing, right? But it's a chance to move on, of course, right? And then it was also here, I think, in the article that they're only paying 2 million because the families sort of agreed to it, like, no, we don't want to hurt Uvalde. This is where we're from, because anything more would have the city go into bankruptcy, and it was something the families were not interested in, so the community can heal. And that says a lot about the families and that they're willing to do that for the city. Because I'm sure I wouldn't, like, well, no amount of money, right, is gonna bring back a lost child. I'll say that. Like, there's no way. There's no way of really healing that wound. You could maybe, you know, what they're doing is the right way to do it. I don't say I would do it that way. I would be probably a lot more vengeful and angry, but they are doing it in a way that is probably a better way to do. And again, I wouldn't do it that way, but that's the person I am. But at least they're taking a road that lets it to where everyone can kind of heal. And I don't know. That says a lot about the families. Doesn't say much about the Uvalde police. They're still pieces of shits, but the fact that they're the city's taking accountability is good, as well as everyone kind of wanting to move on but never forget, with the memoriams and tearing down the school to, pretty much make a memorial type thing. And they just want to move on from, I'm sure, like the courts, and then it says here May 24th it will be an annual day of remembrance. And then the money will create a committee to design for a permanent memorial funded by the city. And then again, support for mental health services for anyone affected by what happened. And I think that's, I don't know, that's kind of a beautiful thing to me. Again, I would probably burn the city down, knowing if it were me and the way I react to things. But the fact again that they're willing to do that so everyone can kind of move on and heal, but never forget is a beautiful thing, you know. I think, but I don't know. I wanted to just start with the Bugs Bunny, Roger Rabbit shit, and end with the somber stuff. But yeah, we'll see what brings us, what news comes tomorrow from all this stuff here. And yeah, all I want to say is what am I saying it? That's all funny, guys. Yeah, that's all funny. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast. That's all funny. Anywhere podcast available, just search That's All Funny. Got a podcast with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe, where we talk about wrestling. It's fun if you like wrestling. Well, it's fun if you just like long talks with friends, right? Wrestling. You check that out. That's All Kayfabe anywhere podcasts are available. If you want to see video versions of this and that, check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@LorenzoAriola. You got videos of this, that, other random stuff I do, and then a video show I do with the wonderful Mint Salad called Tits and Areolas, where we talk about a movie we watch, play a little game. It's fun. She's hot. I'm a piece of shit. I'm fat. It works. The dynamic works, right? But check that out. That's on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Twitter and YouTube. You want to check me out on Twitter? It's at Lorenzo Ariola on Twitter and Instagram. I got t-shirts, print stickers. If you want to buy any merch, just let me know. I have a Patreon if you want to help support the podcast, patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola. You get episodes early, bonus episodes, deleted episodes, stuff like that. Help support the podcast. Or if you want to commission any art from the artist that does all the art for the show, at Retro Horror Inc. on Twitter and Instagram. Bret Hart Graphic Art. Thank you to my supporters. Thank you to everyone else. Like and subscribe.